Today on the Topping Show, Matt Walsh pulls mask off Fox News, Bud Light CEO breaks silence, Cartoon Network sneaks gender identity into cartoons, Yealing clarifies a drag event, actress makes an abortion cake, Supreme Court sides with Jack Daniels, Tesla is offering free charging as an incentive, Disney's CFO stands down, Virgin Galactic will start their commercial flights this month, Google to add to their fashion app, and Kroger, their stock just took a little bit of a dip. All that and much, much more on the Topping Show. Thank you for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, see their founder at least twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. Now, going on to the business blunder of the day, you have Taco Bell being hit by an $85,000 fine. Now, Taco Bell is a subsidiary of Yum Brands, which is a company which owns KFC, Pizza Hut, as well as Taco Bell. And the company has been ordered to pay a fine of $85,000 for credit for gift card violations. So this specifically, Los Angeles District Attorney George Gascon announced the decision in a statement last Thursday, saying that the fast food giant was accused of refusing to honor gift cards with a value of less than $10. So let me get this straight. The city of Los Angeles will not prosecute the theft of any, they made it a misdemeanor. They don't prosecute theft if it's under $950. They put criminals back on the streets. Their cities are literally burning. And they decided a good use of their public resources is to go after Taco Bell for gift card violations. That's the priority of California and Los Angeles at the moment, as people are fleeing the states as it's becoming more and more dangerous for businesses and people. Shows their priorities if this is what they're putting energy and resources into. But I digress just a bit. Now, the complaint filed for the district attorney offices in Los Angeles, Sonoma, and Ventura counties alleged that Taco Bell broke California law, which entitles customers to cash out gift cards worth $10 or less if they choose not to use the remaining balance. That is a ridiculous law that is going to cost those companies a lot of money. And again, it kind of goes against the terms and conditions of when you buy a gift card, you're buying a credit to their store. Yeah, this is going to cause those companies to lose a lot of money. Gift cards are a phenomenon in business where people will purchase the product. The amount of people actually execute, or rather they go through with using it, is very little. So traditionally speaking, it was a very profitable thing for a lot of retailers, a lot of stores, because more often than not, people aren't claiming the gift card. They just buy it, and then sometimes they use it, but they never quite use the full amount because it's an odd number, or they don't want to use their own money. It's a fascinating topic in and of itself. But California, again, with these laws that always hurt businesses, I've yet to find a single law. And it's one of the things where California, historically speaking, they have some of the most beautiful national parks on the planet. And if it wasn't for the politics, it'd probably be a great place to live. I had the privilege back in the day before there's exponentially more crime and drug abuse, where I actually went there for my IT job to learn some trainings for some new technologies. And I had a great time. Thankfully, it was on someone else's dime, so I can afford to pay $60 for a plate of vegetable foods. But it's very quite beautiful at the time. Although you're not allowed to defend yourself. That's not a topic for another day. But Taco Bell, they went on to admit that they admitted no fault. And part of the settlement, the company agreed to pay $45,000 in penalties, $35,000 in investigation fees, and $10,000 to go towards the California Consumer Protection Prosecution Trust Fund, which that's just got to be thrown in someone else's pocket, because one of those things where corruption is pretty rampant. And how many I'm surprised they didn't probably say there's an acronym for that. The CCPPTF, the California Consumer Protection Prosecution Trust Fund. Say that 12 times. Jeez Louise. And again, at a time where businesses are leaving in droves and they're struggling just to break even in that state, and as again, crime, theft, vandalism is throughout the roof, for them to have to pay a fine on top of all that. Now, some might think the business blunder is having this issue. I would say the business blunder is a few things. One, they probably should have fought that law when it was being talked about in terms of having a law that makes people cash out. Again, and also, how many stores have cash these days? In terms of the free market and having more options for consumers, I think you should always have cash on hand for consumers because cash is less controlled in terms of banks just can't take away your ability to spend it overnight, which they can with your bank account. But to also have locations in places where you're making less money, we'll see if they're the newest store to leave. Time shall tell, though. Time shall tell. I want to thank you for taking the time to tune in today. It really helps me out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Also share with your friends. Each one of those things greatly helps the channel grow and develop. And the more we can build the channel, the more we can reinvest back in the channel with exceptional content and technologies. Maybe have some picture-in-picture someday. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers. Heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone to stay safe and fight the good fight.